Okay, here we have Blunder, and Blunder comes from a really good friend of mine in Ohio who connects me with lots of the horses that I get in my program. And this is actually one of her horses. She was the owner trainer of Blunder. So I'm really excited to have him. He is by Exaggerator, which is a Curlin line. And I do tend to really like Curlins. I find that they have a tendency just to make a really nice, natural, round shape, which I 100% see that in this horse. And he is a big bodied, 16 two-hand, 6-year-old gelding. And I just think that this horse is so gorgeous. And I'm annoyed that it was a cloudy, sort of gloomy day because, of course, a dark bay gelding like him won't really pop without the sun on him. But nonetheless, I think it's pretty clear that he's a really nice, classy horse with his first ride today that he had off the track. We started to the left, as I always start to the left, but actually, I have to say, for the first time in a long while, I rode a horse who was straighter to the right. So when we did go to the right, I found that that was actually his better direction in all ways. He wasn't sure about picking up the left lead. I asked him a couple of times. He picked up the right lead every time. So as you're seeing here, this is the second time I asked. He picked up the right lead, and then he did a beautiful change in the corner. So nothing to be unhappy about with that. He just needs to learn the straightness to the left, and then the lead will come. The horse has a magnificent canter. Super balanced, super rhythmic, soft, needs very little help from his rider to maintain his balance or his shape. Love the canter. He makes an equally lovely shape in the trot. I have him in a metal egg butt snaffle with a peanut here. And he is just so round and soft that I think that next time he'll definitely get switched over to a soft rubber bit, probably the Hermspringer Duo. If I had to pick at this horse, I would say that, as he's trying to understand this concept of the contact, he does some mouth opening, a little bit of pulling through, but I also think that having a softer bit in his mouth will really help with that because he's so round. And when he is round, which is the vast majority of the time, he's actually a little bit too light feeling in the hand. So I'm hoping that a lighter, softer bit will encourage him to want to connect to the end of the rein. But I mean, this right here, this is beautiful. I just love his whole outline. I love how he's holding himself on the vertical. Here he's like pulling through a little bit. We're having a little discussion about the outside aids there. Then we sort of lose it coming down this long side. So we're having conversations about coming back. And then here he's thinking, and then there we go. There we reconnect. That's why I got the pat on the neck. And then this is super lovely here. Look at him with his little ears perked forward. He's so cute. So here I was thinking, okay, I want to try and keep him better connected through this corner, which that was better actually. A little bit of disconnect here that you're seeing, but much less and came back a lot quicker. And I mean, this is this horse's first post-track ride. So the fact that this is the way that he's going is pretty awesome. Cute little transition to the right lead canter. Super professional about the drift to the gate, not wanting to go by the gate. Well, excuse me, he didn't not want to go by the gate. He was excellent and very well mannered about all the things. He also, I'm just realizing as I'm watching this, didn't spook at anything the entire time I was riding him. He walked over some poles. He was excellent at the mounting block. I mean, just such an easy type. I thought this was really lovely in his whole shape and the canter work here. And then really nice down transition, lovely trot afterwards. Gets all the pats. He is also extremely quiet. I mean, you'll see that I have the dressage stick in my hand, and that's literally just because, well, I started without it. And then I realized I didn't think I was going to be able to get him to canter without being able to give him a tap on the shoulder. So just super quiet horse. Not in, it's obviously, it's not like he's crawling. He is happy to work and move, but you have to use your leg, and I find that to be a really good thing. It is so much easier to get a quiet horse to spice up than it is to get a hot horse to calm down. So I would always take this every time if I got the chance to choose. So here I thought I would try one more time to get the left lead over the poles, which he was super happy to go over the poles, but we did not land in the left lead. So then I asked one more time. Again, we got the right lead, no big deal, balance right lead. So then we got a change a second time. So this is a second change. Again, a lovely change. And then we just held the left canter for a little bit, which is equally as lovely as the right canter. I was really pleased with how willing he was to just walk and trot over some poles. That's always a good sign about his bravery and willingness to try new things. Really nice in the left lead. And then again, another really good trot transition, super in the frame in the trot. Always happy to walk. Super, super nice horse. So I've got some, I don't know, about 30 or 40 seconds of his walk here. And then after that, I've got some footage on cross ties. First of grooming and getting his boots and stuff on. And then this horse loves water. I mean, he is obsessed with water. So I put some footage of him getting his bath after our ride, because I think if this horse could go out in a field with a pond, that would like make his life complete. He just wants to be in the water. He wants to crawl into the hose. He would if he could. So he gets pretty excited at bath time. It's very cute. You also can't fill up his water buckets without him coming over and trying to get involved in that process. So totally loves the water. Very cute horse. Huge personality.